tells a little bit about Mrs. Mumpower Davis. She is always an upbeat person who has a smile on her face. Mrs. Mumpower Davis is a high school art teacher here at Miami East High School. As well as being an art teacher, she also has her own horse farm where she teaches children and adults with needs how to ride horses. I am glad to have all staff and students here today with me to congratulate Mrs. Mumpower Davis with the Teacher of the Year Award. Mrs. Mumpower Davis is one of the most outgoing teachers we have here at Miami East High School. She does everything from putting together the school dances, which includes homecoming, prom, father-daughter dance, mother-son dance, and an amazing art teacher and a great worker outside the school with helping people with needs learn how to ride horses. Without Mrs. Mumpower Davis, the students would not have the best dances they have here. I put myself into the kids' shoes so I know what they would like to hear and see at the dances. I remember Mrs. Mumpower Davis saying to me one year before prom. She always made sure that the students were happy with what they seen and what they heard at the dances. And she always made sure she had student help with decorating and setting up any drinks and cookies. She always, one homecoming, she had an under the sea theme. I remember seeing great big balloons in the air representing the bubbles coming up out of the and also a great big entryway. Mrs. Davis puts her heart into everything she does for the school and puts in hours of work outside the school to make sure everything is perfect. Mrs. Mumpower Davis is a perfectionist when it comes to her dances, but not when it comes to her artwork. Mrs. Davis knows that every student has their own unique way of showing their interpretation of art. I remember Mrs. Davis telling me that every student has something to offer. When I was standing outside in the hallway, looking at all the artwork, I did not understand one of the pieces of art that a child had made. That's when she told me this saying: every student has something to offer. You may not see what they see, but what they see can be beautiful. This is why I'm very pleased to have Mrs. Mumpower Davis as an art teacher here at Miami East High School. She gives every student a chance and does not give up on them no matter what. Mrs. Mumpower Davis never gives up on anyone. To prove this point, Mrs. Mumpower Davis owns a horse farm where she teaches children and adults with needs to learn how to ride horses. When a child falls off or an adult falls off a horse, Mrs. Mumpower Davis brushes them off and asks them if they're okay, and tries to get them back up on the horses to make sure they are ready to go. If the child does not want to get back on the horse, she always talks to them and makes sure if there's anything else that she can do to help them. Mrs. Mumpower Davis is an amazing person here at Miami East High School, with putting on school dances, having her own horse farm, helping out the community, and being an art teacher that most students love. She's an outstanding citizen and a member of this school. Mrs. Mumpower Davis always has a smile on her face and loves to laugh and have a great time. "Because I'm happy" is one of the best quotes that represent Mrs. Mumpower Davis in her life as a spunky and outgoing person.